Hey there, my Sigma ladies. Let's get real for a second. We live in a world where relationships are often about fitting in, blending into the crowd, and following unwritten social rules. But that's not who we are. Sigma females walk their own paths. We don't mold ourselves to fit someone else's expectations, and we certainly don't settle for shallow or meaningless friendships. Today, I'm diving into 14 powerful reasons why Sigma females are rethinking friendships. And trust me, these aren't the cliches you've heard before. This is about real energy, authenticity, and self-respect. Ready to embrace your Sigma power? Stick around, and if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to join the Sigma Ladies tribe. Let's grow stronger together. Reason 1. The depth disconnect. Sigma females are wired differently when it comes to communication. While most people might be content with casual conversations about trends, gossip, or surface-level pleasantries, we crave discussions that stimulate our intellect and soul. We're not here for endless chats about what's trending on social media or the latest drama. We want to dive into topics like purpose, ambition, creativity, and philosophy. Friendships that lack this depth feel like empty vessels. They don't add value, they just take up space. And it's not that we judge people who enjoy light-hearted talk, it's simply not fulfilling for us. Every interaction we have is intentional, and when friendships fail to provide that deeper connection, we lose interest. Sigma females don't settle for empty exchanges. We're drawn to conversations that challenge and inspire us. Reason 2. Too many masks in the room. Authenticity is non-negotiable for a Sigma female. We can sense inauthenticity long before it becomes obvious to others. When people show up with masks on, pretending to be someone they're not just to impress or fit in, it feels draining to us. Friendships based on pretense are exhausting, and for a Sigma, pretending to tolerate it is even more draining. Sigma ladies thrive in spaces where people are unapologetically themselves. We understand that everyone has flaws, and we don't expect perfection, but we do expect realness. When friendships become more about appearances than authenticity, we choose to walk away. Why? Because our energy is sacred, and we won't waste it on connections that aren't genuine. Reason 3. The loyalty overload dilemma. As Sigma females, we are fiercely loyal. When we commit to a friendship, we show up 100%, emotionally, mentally, and sometimes even physically. But this level of loyalty can feel overwhelming to others who aren't used to such unwavering support. Instead of being appreciated, our loyalty often goes unnoticed or even taken for granted. After a while, we start questioning whether this energy is worth it. Why pour so much into someone who doesn't value or reciprocate? That's when we make a bold choice, redirecting that loyalty toward ourselves. By doing so, we create space for self-love and focus on building relationships that genuinely honor our efforts. Reason 4. Hyper-individualism strikes again. One of the hallmarks of being a Sigma female is our hyper-individualism. We're fiercely independent and prefer to rely on ourselves rather than depend on others. This can create tension in friendships, especially with people who are used to codependent dynamics or constant emotional exchanges. We're not the kind of friends who need daily updates or constant validation. Instead, we thrive in relationships where personal freedom is respected. Friendships that demand too much of our time or compromise our independence feel suffocating. We value our individuality above all else, and we're not afraid to prioritize it over maintaining a connection. Reason 5. The misunderstood mind. Sigma females often feel misunderstood in friendships. Our reserved nature is frequently misinterpreted as arrogance or aloofness, especially by people who don't take the time to understand us. What others see as distance is really just a reflection of our need to process the world in our own unique way. When friendships require constant justification of who we are or what we mean, they become exhausting. Sigma ladies prefer bonds where we're accepted as we are, quirks, silence and all. We don't ask to be understood by everyone, but we do seek relationships where our authenticity is respected. Reason 6. The energy economy. Energy is our most precious resource. Sigma females are hyper-aware of how certain people, environments or conversations affect their emotional state. Friendships that feel like constant energy drains, whether it's through negativity, drama or unreciprocated effort, don't make the cut. We don't abandon friendships lightly, but we also don't stick around when the cost outweighs the benefit. It's not about being selfish, it's about self-preservation. By protecting our energy, we ensure that we can invest it in what truly matters, our goals, passions, and the people who genuinely uplift us. Reason 7. Social media saturation. In today's world, many friendships have become performative. Social media has turned relationships into highlight reels, where authenticity is traded for likes and comments. Sigma females see through the facade and crave connections that go beyond the screen. We're not interested in friendships built on tagging each other for clout or maintaining appearances online. For us, genuine connections happen offline, through shared experiences, meaningful conversations, and mutual understanding. If a friendship feels more like a branding opportunity than a real bond, we unplug and move on. Reason 8. Growth gaps. As Sigma females, personal growth is a constant priority. We're always evolving, learning, and striving to become the best version of ourselves. However, not everyone in our lives shares the same drive for self-improvement. Over time, this can create what I like to call growth gaps. Differences in ambition, mindset, and priorities that make it difficult to maintain a meaningful connection. While we don't expect everyone to grow at the same pace as us, we do need friendships that inspire and challenge us. When friends resist change, cling to old patterns, or dismiss our progress, it becomes clear that the bond is no longer aligned. It's not about leaving people behind, it's about staying true to our path. Reason 9. The silence gap. Sigma females have a unique relationship with silence. We don't fear it, we embrace it. For us, silence isn't awkward, it's peaceful, reflective, and restorative. But not everyone understands this. Friends who constantly demand attention, validation, or interaction can feel overwhelming to us. We thrive in relationships where moments of quiet are seen as a sign of comfort, not disinterest. Friendships that can't handle our need for space and solitude often don't last. Sometimes the loudest connection happens in the quietest moments, and we won't compromise that for anyone. Reason 10. The overcommitment epidemic. In the fast-paced world we live in, friendships often come with unspoken expectations, constant check-ins, endless meetups, and maintaining a level of availability that feels like a second job. Sigma females reject this overcommitment culture. We believe friendships should complement our lives, not complicate them. When friendships start feeling like obligations rather than mutual joys, we take a step back. Flexibility and freedom are cornerstones of our relationships, and we won't apologize for prioritizing them. Reason 11. The same page syndrome. Friendships thrive when there's alignment, shared values, compatible goals, and mutual respect. For Sigma females, misalignment in these areas is a deal breaker. Whether it's differing views on ambition, integrity, or personal growth, being on different pages makes maintaining the connection feel forced. We don't expect clones of ourselves, but we do value relationships that resonate with our core principles. When the disconnect becomes too great, we gracefully bow out. Reason 12. The over-explainers. One of the most draining aspects of certain friendships is the constant need to explain ourselves. Sigma females often have unique perspectives, unconventional lifestyles, or non-traditional ways of thinking. While we love sharing our ideas, we don't enjoy justifying them repeatedly to people who don't truly listen. Friendships that demand endless explanations of who we are or why we think a certain way feel more like debates than connections. We prefer bonds where we're understood, not questioned. If that's not possible, we move on without regret. Reason 13. The vibrational shift energy speaks louder than words. As Sigma females evolve, our vibration, or the energy we emit, changes. We attract people who align with our current state and naturally distance ourselves from those who no longer match our frequency. This vibrational shift isn't about superiority. It's about harmony. Friendships that feel out of sync become draining, while those in alignment feel effortless. We follow the energy, not the history. Reason 14. Protecting the legacy. Sigma females see the bigger picture of their lives. Every decision, relationship, and interaction contributes to the legacy we're building. Friendships that don't add value to that vision or actively detract from it have no place in our journey. It's not about cutting people off without reason. It's about intentional living. We're here to create a meaningful life, and that requires surrounding ourselves with people who uplift, inspire, and support that mission. My Sigma ladies, letting go of friendships isn't an act of defeat, it's an act of self-love. We're not here to follow the crowd or meet society's expectations. We're here to walk our own path, unapologetically and with purpose. Friendships that align with our values will naturally find us, while those that don't will fall away. And that's the beauty of being a Sigma female. If any of these reasons resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Share your thoughts, your stories, or just drop an emoji to show you're part of this tribe. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, because this Sigma journey is just beginning. Until next time, remember, we're not just different. We're defining what it means to live authentically. See you in the next one.